This is what it looks like when a raging wildfire is closing in on your home.
And the flames had to be 20 feet to 30 feet tall, so they were over these tree lines here.
And Mark was determined it would not take his. The Woolsey fire has devastated huge areas of land near Los Angeles, including Mark's Road.
It went within 15 minutes from the first sign of it to the house collapsing on itself.
This area, Bell Canyon, was under mandatory evacuation order. Authorities told residents to leave quickly. Mark decided to stay to try to save his and his neighbours' homes. Your wife leaves with the kids and you say, I'm going to stay. What goes through your mind then? Because a lot of people think, is he crazy? Why would you stay in a fire?
For me, it's a very strange thing, and people will disagree with me, and I completely understand their points. But this house is my home. It's my castle. I raised my children here. My children sleep here. I live in my life with my wife here. It's part of my soul, and I know people could think I'm nuts for saying that why would you just rebuild it? That's not my position. My position is you build it and you save it. This house protects me, it shelters me, when it's raining out, it keeps me dry. Why in the world would I abandon it when it needs me most?
What is apparent now is just how indiscriminate these flames were. You've got homes like this completely destroyed. In fact, this one, the fence melted away by the intense heat. Again, over the road, another house completely destroyed, and behind it, a home that is relatively untouched. And it is the same story throughout this area. Again, over there, another house came close to the flames but looks absolutely fine, because when the fires arrived, the winds caused the flames to change direction every few seconds. Nobody knew which house would be next. Mark's neighbours was one of them.
This house ignited, went up. That went up in about 15 minutes. And when that happened, I was standing on this deck. I was throwing as much water as I could out of my own hoses. But by that time, the water pressure had died on mine as well. So as a result, I turned to a classic method of using water buckets, which sounds insane, which sounds completely impossible. But where there's a will, there's a way, and I put everything I had into keeping that fire as much as I could on that side of the fence.
I guess in that moment, you are alone. You could be facing death.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Surely you must be petrified.
Absolutely. To say you're not scared is foolish. I was absolutely frightened by what I saw and what was going on and the noises. When a house burns, it's not like it is on TV where you have the fire and the crackle of a fireplace. You have a house that's screaming at you to save it. You have a house that's metal is breaking, glass is exploding, water mains are shooting up. You have gas mains that are shooting up. You have gas meters that are exploding. You have propane tanks. You have gasoline. You have all sorts of combustible fuel that's inside the home that is ready to ignite at any second. And to hear that, and not only hear it, but feel it, to feel the explosion off the heat, is something that I can't explain. And God, I hope I never have to go through it again. Because to see a home, not only are you're seeing the physical action, you're thinking about the emotional aspect of the people that are there and what they're physically losing at that exact moment, whatever their mementos are, their belongings, everything, it's all gone. And it happens within 20 minutes.
And so as people come back to their homes, some have no home to come back to. Others do, because they fought with everything they had to keep the flames away. Phil Lavelle, CGTN, Bell Canyon, near Los Angeles.